All right, red light is on. It's a Friday afternoon. I love doing this MMA Weekly Roundup. We had a good run now. I felt like it was in the summer. Am I right?
Yeah, we did it for a while, and then it just kind of,
Yeah, it happens. It happens. Well, cool. There's like 4 main topics I definitely want to get into. And of course, if anyone else has anything to jump into, jump in. Let me name them all 4 first. And then Grant, you'll pick what you want. All right. Well, 5 minutes each.
Can I say something really quick?
Of course.
Carry on.
That's the show. If we're not on every day, I don't know what people would do without us. I really don't. I want to, man, that's like my 2026 goal every single day. All right, 4 main topics. Gamrot steps up. He's going to Rio, fighting Charles Oliveira, biggest fight of Gamrot's career, I think, to date. Number 2, UFC Perth, just the last couple of days. The biggest thing I want to talk to you, both of you guys, about it is, I don't know if you heard or saw, I guess it's really bad ticket sales over there and why it might be not a big event like the past. Number 3, Conor McGregor wants $100 million to headline the White House. And number 4, a lot of drama at the UFC PI. I don't know if you guys seen that. There's been, people want to slap each other. There's interviews, a lot of drama at the PI. I think we should just go there and camp out. I think there's just stuff happening. So
genuinely have
I
not
saw
seen
the
that.
Alex Pereira and Ankalaev stuff, but was there more than that?
Yeah, there's that, and there was one more big one. Who's at the PI? A big name, top 10 in the world. I'll get there. It'll come to me.
I'm just saying, Yaroslav.
Yes.
The PI.
What's he doing there?
I don't know.
What's he doing there? He's pretty good.
I thought that the drama at the PI was going to end since they cut that 125er from the UFC. I thought the message was clear, guys. No drama at the PI.
I don't know if you guys saw this, how funny Kai Asakura went up to bantamweight, and Mokaev had a funny joke about him. Like, flyweight's not as tough to win a lot of fights down there in the UFC flyweight division, is it? Mokaev 7-0, never lost.
Room.
Say it again?
When you're fighting them in the locker room and they don't got their shorts on, yeah, it gets a lot easier.
Oh man, Grant Dawson.
I'm just playing.
Gamrot steps up, guys. There was rumors of him having another fight, maybe at the PI, at the Apex later this year. Big fight when Fasiv got off. It just made the most sense. I think we were on the same page about the Diego Lopez moving up. It would just be like, there's so many lightweights that deserve that opportunity in a big main event against one of the biggest names in our sport, Charles Oliveira. Really pumped for Gamrot to step up. And then, I know you sent me that video. How cool was it when he found out that he got it? And his first reactions, man, there's just some things we talk about all the time. There's more important things than maybe sometimes making money or winning sometimes. That emotion is awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, I'm so stoked for him. I think he's kind of been waiting for that big opportunity to come back his way. And yeah, this is for sure it. I think it's a great stylistic matchup for him. Got a lot of eyes on the event. So I'm just happy for him.
Yeah. I also feel like too, he deserves it more. I think he should have been in it shouldn't have been Fasiv in the first place, right? Yeah. He has a win. He has a win over the number 1 ranked lightweight in the world right now in Arman Sarukian. I feel like people are sleeping on my guy Gamrot.
Yeah. No, I agree. Great point.
Then I think he's a great fighter, but I do think he's almost been overhyped with some of these opportunities lately. He seems to get a lot of main events.
Who?
A lot of Fasiv.
Yeah. What's his biggest win?
RDA.
Yeah. RDA.
No, hey, no offense. RDA is he was a great fighter. Huh?
Gamrot beat him too.
Yeah, and this is, I don't think when RDA lost to who it wasn't, so he beat Pettis for the championship. When he lost 6 years ago, that was a great win. Beating RDA in 2023, I don't think it's the biggest. If that's your best win, how are you headlining against Charles Oliveira over Gamrot, who, like you said, has great wins on his resume, including Arman Tsarukyan. Like, come on, what are we doing?
Does Fiziev even have a win over anybody in the top 15?
Ignacio's not in there, right? Not yet.
When he was, he beat RDA when he was in the top 15.
But like currently ranked, I don't think so.
Whereas Gamrot has a win.
He's fought Gaethje in big spots and big co-main events, and he's headlined 3 or 4 times. Like, I get it. He's fun to watch most of the time. I get it, but
he comes up short.
Yeah. I mean, he makes for great fights, but if we're looking at wins, I he's got.
Completely agree. It's funny you guys went there with it. You ready for this one? This is gonna be a hot take, I think, to the MMA content creator world. I don't think Diego Lopez deserved it. Like, he's had a really fun UFC career so far, but he did lose to Mosarv. Mosarv didn't fight for the world championship. Diego did, and I think that went to his funness and ability to take short notice fights and to go for it. And he's very aggressive. He's a fun fighter to watch. You can tell he's a Dana White type of guy to watch for sure. But how, like, they were talking about Diego Lopez getting it. I just thought, I don't know why. I did not like that.
I understand from a stylistic and a fan perspective why you make that matchup, because it is a big fight. I think people would be excited about it, especially if you're trying to attract eyes and you're trying to attract more casual fans and newer fans. Like, Diego Lopez is a flashy guy. But if we're talking about what it does to the lightweight division to have Diego 100%. Lopez possibly beating Charles Oliveira here, and if we're talking about all the lightweights that deserve this shot over Diego Lopez, yeah, I agree.
That win, I know, Jake, I get it. Fun comment, and it is. It's the entertainment business for sure. But there's strategy. Were we entertained by Sugar Sean O'Malley? There's a way that they built that fighter in his matchups for him to become a world championship. That's the entertainment business of it. I know he had to fight to get to those spots. Back to my Diego Lopez spot, like, what that fight, usually you're trying to build one or the other. You're trying to make something out of a matchup for the next matchup. It's the UFC always works like that. It's not about this matchup. It's about making the next matchup. If Diego Lopez won, what did that do? Like, would he go higher as a featherweight? And are they trying to build Charles back up? Like, do they want Charles? It's just a weird, this fight to me is perfect. If Gamrot wins, he probably or could fight for the championship next, or he gets that if Gaethje doesn't fight or Patty doesn't fight, he gets that one who didn't fight for the championship in that area. And if Charles wins, Charles gets back into that. He fights Gaethje or Arman too, or whatever that is. There's 3 or 4 up in that spot. So I think it makes sense.
It's also the original matchup was also a weird matchup because it didn't make a whole lot of sense in the sense of Charles was just coming off the worst knockout he's ever taken. Right. And he's fighting why wouldn't you want to put him against Gamrot? I said this to Gamrot's face, and I'm only saying it because he has more power than I do. He doesn't have a lot of punching power. So it's like, wouldn't you want to put him up against somebody that's not going to knock him out, we're going to get to see a grappler's delight? I legitimately believe more people are excited about this fight than they would have been about the Fiziev fight. It's like, okay, if Fiziev doesn't get taken down, he wins. If Charles gets the takedown, he wins. We know how it goes. But now we're like, how is this going to work? How is this going to work on the ground? Are they going to strike because they're both so good at grappling? Are they going to engage in the grappling? And what's going to happen in this style? I think we're depriving the fans by not giving Gamrot a full camp for this. I really do.
Right. And you ready for this one? And I hope we're on the same page on it. And your point is valid, Grant. Your point's very valid. I hope that, hey, he took the fight. Like, we got to move forward past that. Like, if he wins, he defeats Charles Oliveira and he came off of a short knockout. But if he wins, he gets all of that. If he loses, I hope it's not a little bit of a crutch, air quotations for the audio people that's going to listen to this later. Like, I hope he doesn't go like, I did take it on short notice, guys. Like, he took it. I feel like now we're moving forward.
But they both have crutches where, he's coming in on short notice and he's coming off of a devastating knockout. This is way too soon.
Right. And I agree, but whoever wins, that crutch will kind of like melt away because they won. And the loser, I hope, still doesn't use that crutch, if that makes sense.
Gamrot definitely won't.
Hey,
He's
a
not
stud.
a fan of
That's a stud.
None. He likes short camps. And let's not forget, he fought RDA on short notice. He fought Dan Hooker on short notice. He fought Jalen Turner on short notice.
Yeah.
I believe he fought Armon on shorter notice, not like, 5-6
weeks.
I remember it was when I first went to ATT, and he was only there for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he knew about it and just didn't come, but I don't know why he would have done that.
I feel like the Turner fight, he didn't get to train at all.
He didn't train a single day.
He was like just traveling for visa stuff.
He was just trying to get his visa. He flew to America, trained one day, couldn't get his visa in America, flew to Canada.
Somewhere else.
He flew somewhere else, then flew to Canada, then flew to where the fight was. Like, it was insane, and he still won.
Yeah. Jake, I'm sorry. We are massive PFL fans over here. If Dakota Ditra is not on PFL Europe, I'm not watching it. I'm sorry. I live in America. Okay, I watch the regular PFL. My perception of Gamrot is he never stops training. Yeah, I can see
that would be an accurate perception.
That's a good perception.
It's not how late he stays up at night. If he's out of camp, he's hitting bed around 3:30 in the morning. If he's
can't tell these stories, Grant. We can't tell. All right, we got to. That was Gamrot steps up. Number 2, UFC Perth. It's been 2-3 days since the show, and I thought the Banana Blitz was great. We rarely went heavy on UFC Perth. My first question, any other takes or news from the last 2-3 days that you heard or got into from that show? If not, I guess the one question is, the news of it is that it's horrific ticket sales right now. I have I think a smart, reasonable, and an idea on that, but I want to hear you guys first.
To be honest, I've seen so little about UFC Perth in the MMA news right now because I feel like everything's being overshadowed by Conor McGregor, which I know we're going to talk about later.
And
this, like nobody's really paying attention to UFC Perth. Like I haven't seen anything about weigh-ins. I haven't seen much of anything at all. But I honestly don't know why ticket sales are so bad. I feel like typically when they go, I would imagine it's just the lack of a star on the card. It's not, there's no Alexander Volkanovski. You don't think it's that?
I think it's the time zone. It's our time zone here. It's like
so
early
it's
in the morning there.
A bad time there.
Why would, like, people are like, dude, I got a job, man. I got church in the morning. I'm not.
No, that makes sense.
That's one of it. Grant, 1,000,000% agree. And I do this all the time. Like, we talk about day cards, and for you guys and for me, it's different. When I have 4 kids running around, we have so many birthday parties or soccer or whatever's happening. If it's a pay-per-view in Abu Dhabi and Islam was main eventing right against a good fighter, be like, oh, guys, like I have to watch this. Like I am watching this. I know it's at 10 a.m. Kids, I love you. We'll do something afterwards, whatever. But this doesn't have that. There's just nothing that I'm a massive fan. I'm going to watch all these fighters, and there's friends of ours on this card. We're going to watch it, but there's just nothing like, hey, you have to do this. Like there's nothing crazy. And then, I don't think that it's just this same arena. World championships were decided in the same arena. Not even that. You ready for the? It was the number 1 pound for pound versus the number 2 pound for pound. And there was this like mysterious, like, this is a mega super fight. And now 18 months later, we get the 7th ranked versus the 9th ranked light heavyweight. Like, I don't think either one of these guys win a fight for the championship. It's just like, there's just nothing. Look at that drop. It's crazy.
Make a parallel.
Sure.
I think you felt the same way about last year's Noche and the Sphere versus this year's Noche. Maybe it's a little bit of the same where last year's a couple years ago, Perth was just so big. Now it's just, it doesn't have the same oomph to it.
It's also, if you look at it from a working standpoint, like I'm just a guest on this show, but you guys, this is your job, right? If you don't talk about Perth at all, and there's nothing that can happen on Perth that if you didn't post about it, you're missing out on doing your job, right? There's no amount of information that where Dave is like, look, to do my job properly, I have to watch this card. That's just not it. That's just not accurate.
6 a.m. start for locals. Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't pay. I mean, I would, but I'm not.
But would you pay hundreds of dollars to go sit somewhere at 8 o'clock in the morning? Probably not.
Pay hundreds.
And also, and I think us three are very similar, and we're probably more different from the casual mixed martial art fan. If we're going to a show, and Elle, we know we've been at island fights. Some of these people go to shows, they get dressed up, they wear these expensive dresses, they drink, it's like a night out. It's like their date night. It's a massive thing. Like we go, I think all three of us, I don't want to talk for you guys, but I kind of will in a way of like, we go because we enjoy the content in front of us, the sport in front of us. Like sometimes I just want to drink a Coca-Cola and not talk to a friend. I'd rather go by myself so I can pay attention. So like my point is to go to a fight at 6 a.m. Imagine you tell your wife, like, hey, darling, I got us tickets for fight night. Let's get dolled up. Let's do it. When is it? Oh, it's at 6 a.m. My wife will return the Zales ring that I got her.
Well, that too. It's like when you hear like the big thing with non-MMA fans is about Theo Vaughn and how he's like always there from the first prelim to the end. And I'm just like,
Theo Vaughn wouldn't even be here.
Why is that a big thing? Like, if I was invited, I'm going for the first prelim all the way to the main event. Like, who cares? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. We're mega fans,
of course. All right, so that's UFC Perth, and yeah, I just think it's a mediocre fight night. It's just not a mega card. There's just nothing hooking us one way or another. There's not even like I even think sometimes on a fight night, like even when Patty was in the main event, he was over there in London. We all saw this projection of his popularity. There's just no one on the card like this. There's just not. But all right, number 3, Conor McGregor wants $100 million to headline the UFC White House. So 2 things out of right away that I will ask both of you. One, is he saying this to say, is that what he really, really wants? Is this a negotiation task? Or 2, is he saying this to know that the UFC won't do it and now he doesn't have to fight?
Probably that one. But I want to add to this. He wants $100 million and he wants 100 golden visa, golden passports, which I don't even know if the US offers. I think that's a Dubai thing. For 100 of them for him and his family and friends. He wants 100. I can come to the US whenever I want cards. Do you like
that? Sounds pretty cool, actually.
The UFC doesn't even have the power to do. Like, so I feel like we should do a reassessment on our percentage.
Mine goes to 0. It was at 8. Mine is now 0.
Yeah. Our percentage that Conor McGregor is actually happening.
Of course. You can do like 0.49, 0.47, whatever you want. It's your show.
I'm going to take like 0.2.
0.2? Like 2% or 0.02?
0.2%.
I'm saying
2/10.
There's no way
of a percent that he's on this card.
I don't think you guys understand. Like, everybody's about it. Like, they're saying, oh, it's about the money. Like, he doesn't need the money. That's why he doesn't want to get off steroids, bro. Like, I'm guessing steroids feel really, really good, and he doesn't want to get off them. That's why he don't want to fight. And that's just my opinion. I have no evidence to back that up, but he's not fighting.
Yeah.
See,
I thought it was pretty, and I think guys, I do this as a dad. Sometimes you say one thing to one kid out loud and you want the other kid to hear. It's just a part of fatherhood. I think there's no doubt about it. It was funny. Conor asked for $100 million. And then 7 hours later, Ilia Topuria tweeted, oh, guess who's headlining the White House card? I bet you they started talking to him. Hey, maybe even put this out there, Ilia. Like, even if you do it or not, I want you to, we're thinking of you. Even if the UFC is really thinking of Ilia about headlining, or 2 is they want Conor to receive this message. Hey man, like, we're not giving you $100 million. We're moving on. Ilia's the champ. He's the champ of your division. Like, we're moving on.
Right.
So crazy.
Question. Yep. Who would Ilia be headlining against? Would they do a 0 American main event on the White House card?
This is my take, and maybe this is a bad one. I think Ilia Topuria fights before June firsthand. I think he fights everyone. So I know the CBS card in June's amazing, and it is. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. White House. I want to go to it. Like I want to go to Washington D.C. I hope we can all go to it. Us three together can go to Washington D.C. for the week. I want to go there. But we have to be honest with ourselves. They start this Paramount and CBS deal January 14th or January 12th is their first date. We're going to get some cards. Like the first month, 6 weeks, I feel we're going to see whoever the heavyweight champion is. We're going to see Ilya. We're going to see Islam again. We're going to see the 5-7 biggest names in the sport in that first 2-3 months of the year. And then healthy wise, whoever kind of comes out of that will go. So like we might see Ilya and Gaethje in February. And then if he beats Gaethje, we can do Ilya, Patty, or maybe they do Patty, Ilya in January. Yeah. And they know he's going to smash Patty. He will be the biggest star in our sport. You fight Gaethje, the Rocky underdog American against him.
In the White House. No, that makes sense. I think you save a Gaethje type fight for the White House.
Or you give him a quick win. You throw him in there against a really good matchup like Dan Hooker.
Yeah.
Hooker could win, obviously, but I'm just saying Gaethje would probably be the favorite. He goes in there, knocks out Hooker. He's looking good. 2-fight win streak, I believe. And then you say, okay, Justin Gaethje is fighting for the belt against the Spaniard who just knocked out Patty.
Yeah. Right. It's the biggest main event of our sports history. You'll be like Gaethje, if you win this fight, you're headline in the White House.
Yeah.
Like that's the carrot. That's the golden carrot. All right, last one, and then we'll run. I'm telling you, there's another thing. I got to go to my phone, I guess. But the UFC PI, I guess let's really talk about Ankalaev. There was someone else there. Anyways, I think it's funny that all the fighters, usually from other countries, head there to the PI. The big pay-per-view is 8-9 days from now in Las Vegas. So a lot of fighters are there right now. Grant, have you been there 8-9 days before a big event? And is it a Mountain House? Have you been there for something like that?
I mean, I've been there for my own events, and I have been there for some events, and it's crazy. Like it's basically like walking through a big Hollywood movie set, and you're just like, oh, there's that actor. Oh, hey, there's Chris Pratt. And it's like, oh, hey, there's Thor, and you're just like, wow. And you've got to like pretend like you're not awed by it, You're not like, wow, you got to pretend like you've been there before. And that's the hard part, honestly, because my phone would be full of pictures if I didn't have any self-respect.
I like that. But I don't know. I think just the Ankalaev Poatan drama to me benefits Ankalaev. If I had to lean one way or another, he's the champion. He's the one that I would assume knows how the other fighter feels inside that octagon. He feels confident. He just won the world championship from this man. Yeah. I just think I've never seen Poatan just seems very emotional about this fight. And I don't know if that's a good thing.
I mean, to me, so all I've seen is that he was saying like he was hiding from him at the PI, right? That's like what everybody's talking about. And then he kind of like came up on him and was like, and talked a little smack. Is that what everybody's referring to here? That's what
that is funny. Just now I opened up my phone at ESPN MMA. I guess Jamal Hill and Poatan is there. I'm telling you, it's just, I've been hearing just a lot of stories. A lot of stuff's happening there.
So here's my thing. Every time we go to the PI for Grant's Fight Week, you have to sign up for a time because they want to make sure you and your opponent are not training in the PI at the same time. So like, why is this even like
remember that the rules don't apply to superstars and champions. So I would imagine that Alex Pereira schedules a time, comes in, and then Ankalaev just shows up. That's what I'm guessing. Like, I don't think this is an error on the PI side.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Pereira saying that he's hiding from him. It's like the PI is probably just scheduling you at different times. Yeah. That's what they're supposed to do. Like, it's just, I agree with you. I feel like he's manufacturing this really pointless. Like it's not.
Do you remember?
It's not even a believable drama line, like storyline.
Do you remember when Merab scheduled a time? He was the champion. He was fighting Sean, and he scheduled a time to get PT done at the PI, and they wouldn't let him in because Sean just showed up and was training, and it was like,
yeah,
kicked out the guy who is the champion
and who scheduled the time.
Who scheduled the time?
Grant, does the UFC PI have good food?
Decent.
It's okay. It was a lot better. I ate there when I was on Contender Series, and it was delicious. And now it's kind of just like, all right, this is free food.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it's all right.
No, you get a $7 billion deal. You stop trying. You go to Perth and you got a co-main event with Irvin Essalon in it. It's like it's wild, guys. No, what was the co-main event? Did I nail the name, by the way, or no?
His name's Ivan.
Ivan.
He does it on purpose. He does
Irwin
it on
Escalon?
purpose. I'm telling you, Dave does it on purpose.
The co-main event of Noche had David Martinez on it. It's like, what were they doing? They don't care. It's wild. That was a good fight, by the way. Good win by him.
It honestly was a great fight. Train.
Because if you're, guys, imagine if you're a fighter at Extreme Couture, like if your opponent's definitely not going to go there. And also, too, it's they don't have the I've been to it once, but I've never been in the tub or whatever. But I would assume like that UFC PI hot tub and sauna and all that's like state of the art, right? It's amazing.
I think that the things that fans don't realize about Vegas is that it training wise, it's the wild, wild west. I know high-level UFC fighters that don't have teams. They have a head coach that schedules a time for them to show up at the PI, and then they spend the whole morning texting their friends, hey, are you available at this time? Hey, are you available at this time? I know high-level guys that do this, I know high-level guys that this is my head coach, this is who I work under, but I do all my sparring at this gym, I do all my rolling at this gym, and I feel like it causes a lot of friction when it comes to trying to match guys up that are from Vegas because it's like, no, I've trained with that guy.
Together.
Yeah.
Right.
It is the wild. It's the number one reason that we didn't move to Vegas when we were trying to decide what gym we wanted to go to. We had 3 gyms that we wanted to go to. Vegas was one of them, but it was kind of like that's last resort. Like I'm going to need a divine message to send me to Vegas.
And I feel like the reason we fell in love with ATT is the structure.
Yeah.
Like it is one of the most structured gyms I've ever been in. Yeah. And it takes so much guesswork and effort away from the fighters. Like we don't have to be responsible for all of that structure. And I like that. I would much rather put that in my coach's hands.
We had 3, I'm sure we've had more, but just off the top of my head, we've had 3 like major fights happen where both guys were training at American Top Team at the same time, and there was never an issue, not one issue. They barely saw each other, and it happens in the PFL all the time. And ATT is so big and so well structured that they're able to train. They get just as much training in. Nobody gets butt hurt. There's no hard feelings, and you move on. Vegas isn't like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I said it would be 20. We went 29. We appreciate it. Guys, Tuesday we'll be back live. We'll talk maybe about Dean Thomas's idea about Dakota Ditcheva trading for Ankalaev. I have a lot of thoughts on that. We'll talk about that on Tuesday. Sunday, are you and Jillian back for Sunday Morning Brew?
I think that's
it's cool. Sunday Morning Brew, and then continuation as always. But Saturday is Perth. Enjoy. Elle, Daisy just posted a lot of great pictures from the Submission Classic, Southern Classic, and there's a lot of you and Asia at the desk and me at the desk and some pretty good pictures, so check that out. Grant, you're the best. Appreciate it. Lower the Cokes, man. It's super jealous, dude. When you turn 40, I have 2 Cokes. I become like a snowman just after 2 drinks of Coke. Tough times, man.
Well, I train 3 times a day, so that helps.
Yeah. Well, I coach in soccer doesn't count. All right. No. All right. Dawson's have a great day. Appreciate it. We'll see everyone later on. See you guys Sunday morning.